Rosalia is back on Skyrock.
I am.
I'm so happy to see you again.
Same, likewise.
How are you?
Je suis très contente.
Oui.
Parce que
Parce que
Parce que je suis à la France.
Oui. Et tu aimes la France et la France t'aime.
J'aime la France, j'aime la France.
I listened to your album yesterday and I was deeply moved because it's a spiritual journey that won't leave anyone indifferent. I wanted to say bravo for that.
Thank
and
you.
ask you to explain how you imagine the structure of the album. I want to know the process. Yes.
Okay, so the album is structured in 4 movements.
Yes.
And basically it's inspired in classical music because often classical music use movements to structure, especially as you know, like romanticismo, clasicismo, that would happen a lot. And I had in mind sinfonías, sonatas, concertos, sabes, como un poco este tipo de that type of reference. And so I wanted to have maybe the beginning of the album where it would be more about the departure of purity, if that makes sense. And then the second movement is gravity, the third is grace, and the fourth is the farewell. And grace and gravity and that duality, it's very inspired in Simone Weil, and which has been a huge inspiration, her and so many other women that are writers.
Did you feel the pressure for this one? Because the last time I saw you, that was in 2022, and it was for Mother Miami, such a big record. Did you have some pressure with that?
I would say that I feel excitement, more than pressure, excitement. That like, yes, of like, okay, I've worked on this for so long. Yeah. I'm so ready to share it. I'm so ready, that finally the world can have it. And yeah, at the end of the day, I make albums because they help me free things, como a liberarme. And feel freer, but at the same time it's also something that I do out of love and generosidad, like wanting to share something with the others. So it's about that.
So when I was listening to the album, I counted the number of languages. You see, yeah, I really counted, and you are 13 languages. 13, yes.
Yes.
It gives a universal dimension to this album, and I love that. Why did you make this choice? And why? What was the hardest language?
Oh, the hardest. Yes. I would say that even if I really love French is hard for me, like to pronounce, find the right placement, the right vocal placement, while still. That can be honest with my voice and how I usually use my voice, but that it's that makes sense with the language, because it almost feels like French. There's something here that you guys do. Man, that's tricky. That's tricky, and I'm not used to doing that with my voice or with my con mi laringe. No sé, it was just very confusing and very difficult. And I had to re-record a lot of times. I had to record, and then scratch, and then again, and also for the lyrics, scratch, send to a translator, scratch again, do it again, then the Google translator, and then try this and that, and then go to sleep, and then hopefully it comes while I'm about to fall asleep, and sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. So it was a whole process, but I really wanted that there would be 13 languages, yes, and even more. My ambition was to have even more on the album, but at the end of the day, an album fits what it fits. You have the space that you have, and yeah, I think that my favorite fiction is the one that has maybe the sweet spot between universal and personal, and I think that maybe in this album, I think there's a lot of inspiration in saints, in stories about feminine mysticism and saints throughout history and from different parts of the world, but there's also truth for me while I was writing it. So hopefully, I hope that people will feel it.
I know visuals are very important to you, and when I'm listening this album, it feels cinematic, really. So what's planned for the visual exploration of the album? I want to know. Well,
I might say that there's a couple things that are gonna happen.
Okay.
and yeah, in that sense, in terms of like maybe some video or something, and I think that we're gonna have fun with it the same way that we did with music. I always like to try things and experiment, and hopefully there will be a little something in there.
I really can't wait. My last question, lux means light.
Light.
Where are you in your quest for light? Yeah.
Where are you looking for light?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I know that's a little bit deep.
No, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Where am I looking for light? I think if you look with enough care, if you look enough, if you try to really find, you can find light everywhere. Because as I think it's been said before that God is everywhere. So I think that you can, if you can find God everywhere, you can find light everywhere. And I think that I find a lot of light when I'm loving, when I can give love, when I also am open enough to receive love, and that can happen in so many ways throughout the day. And as long as I make myself available, which is something I try to remind myself.
I love this answer. Thank you so much, Rosalia.
Thanks to you.
And congratulations for this amazing album. That's
Thank
a
you.
masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
Really. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.